Jony Kenton. You know what time it is. It's your boy, Jony Kenton, back here with the man of the hour, Mr. Kenton Cornell Hipsher.
It's your boy, Big Poppy.
Nobody's called you that.
I don't actually go by Big Poppy.
Yeah, not a single person has ever called you that.
You don't know that. You don't know what my sex game's like.
Pretty much our timeline, the beginning of January all the way up to today's date, which is February the 22nd. And there was a lot of good music that's dropped in this past month and a half, I'd say. And the way that we're going to break down the format of how we're going to do all these monthly podcasts from here onwards is talk about 3 new albums that dropped this month that we like, 3 other albums that we have in our rotation, because obviously we don't just listen to new music all the time. After that, we'll have 3 new songs from this month that really stood out to us, whether they're singles or radio hits or just new releases that are coming out that sound pretty good. After that, we'll have 3 other songs that we're listening to, pretty much same reason as the albums. Then we'll transition into projects that we're looking forward to, and then other potential music gossip and news.
I'm with it. If you're ready to get this thing popping, then let's do this, man.
We're just going to jump straight up into it, starting off with our 3 new albums from this month. So for me, my 3 albums that I was really listening to in this past month and a half time span was the Black Panther soundtrack. Obviously, how could I not,
Great album.
Phenomenal soundtrack, even better movie. I can't wait to get into talking to that. After that, we have Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle. West Coast icon, I would say. One of the few Crips that held it down for a very, very long time. There's certain artists like him, Dom Kennedy, J305. Just so LA. Man, I can't wait to get into this. And then, of course, we wrecked the man in our last podcast, so we had to circle back around to get to it. Man of the Woods by Justin Timberlake. Advertised like an Urban Outfitters commercial, but I gotta admit, the music slaps.
I quickly perused the album a little bit earlier, and nothing really caught my attention that I hadn't already heard basically on the radio. So we'll see how it unfolds. But right now, I think it's gotten a lot of buzz, so it's got to be a quality album, right? I don't know, what are your thoughts?
So yeah, Man in the Woods, I definitely came in with the same mindset that you had, especially if y'all listened to our last podcast, we roasted Justin Timberlake pretty hard. But I came in with a relatively open mind. I was very curious on how they were going to try to mix in R&B with country, southern folk type of music. And frankly, Man of the Woods isn't really that country sounding. I know it got advertised a lot like that, but because Pharrell had such a deep hand in all of the stuff that was going on, it just sounded like Pharrell production and Justin Timberlake singing, which is dope because we haven't gotten that since Justified, which was 2001. That's 15, 16 years.
Yeah.
It's a Justified album, but with a lot more use of guitars. But there are Pharrell 808s. When you hear Waves, they just sound like Pharrell songs.
Yeah, come on, go.
Last year, catch a vibe. The dreamiest weather. Do a spot at Empire Fires. I got on rose-colored glasses, that in your eyelashes. Come on, don't be passive. So last time would be magic. Ooh, this is fantastic, and we could get some practice. And miles on our passes for love. Would you believe we're alone? But you never know. Set yourself free in the sound. Ain't got no phone, don't need it low, cause it ain't got no waves.
And also Breeze Off the Pond. Breeze Off the Pond sounds like it came straight off of Pharrell's solo album Girl. I would say Breeze Off the Pond and Montana honestly sound like they could have been off of Girl. So if you liked that Pharrell solo album, you're definitely going to like Man of the Woods. really, really rich guitar chords, good use of actual like southern like twang, like, but it's not a lot. It definitely got advertised like there was supposed to be a lot, but there definitely isn't. It's more pop, I'd say, than it is country sounding at all. I know Say Something's been on the radio a lot, and like people have been playing that. That is as country as it gets, and that's not even that country, I would say. We could kind of tell going into this album because his first single was Filthy, and like Filthy sounds like that was off of Love Sex Future Sounds. It's a good pop like album, and I like pop, so I was cool with it.
Yeah, man, that gives me a little bit to look forward to for the album. I think that'll be good. So it'll be. I mean, it's a Justin Timberlake album, right? Like, it's not gonna flop. The man's quality. We all know this. He's been validated for years. So
decades.
I'm not worried about it being a bad album. There are some people that are really about this album, but
okay. I'm very curious for you to finally listen to the album, and then you'll kind of maybe you'll see what I'm saying, maybe you won't. But if people are like, "Wow, Justin Timberlake did country," I will say on record, and will continue to say, "Get the fuck out of here," because this was not a country. Like, it's not a country album. It's a Pharrell produced album with Justin Timberlake making some motherfucking hits.
Yeah, that sounds fire. Yeah, I mean, right now it sounds like it's more. You're like more in love with these Pharrell instrumentals than you are with the actual songs themselves. So I'm
just a
curious how this is about to go.
I'm just a Pharrell fan. I'm just a huge Pharrell.
That's reasonable.
I think like more than a regular person though. Like when Pharrell drops a beat like on a track, I don't listen to songs produced by Pharrell to listen to the artist. I'll put it like that. All right, so after Man of the Woods, we'll get into Victory Lap next because I want to save Black Panther for last.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just say that Black Panther is my number one, so we could just talk about that one together.
So Victory Lap was amazing. Victory Lap was great. I feel like I felt like this was his most ambitious project in that his scope of what he was talking about came outside of Los Angeles. For me, whenever I listen to Nipsey Hussle, I was like, this is LA. And he always gives you that authentic experience of what Los Angeles is about. And I mean, it even really shows, I think, in his PR tour too, because he just dropped a freestyle with Funkmaster Flex like very recently on Hot 97. So you can just even tell by like the ways that he's making moves and stuff. He was trying to be ambitious with this project, and I definitely think it hit. This is his most lyrically deep project. Like, not to say he hasn't dropped absolute fire from before, but some of the bars on here were like absolutely great. And you could tell that he was trying to go for greatness on this because the features that he got on this motherfucker too was insane. And he held his own with the people he was featured with. Had Puff Daddy on a track for Young Nigga. Dedication, of course, with Kendrick Lamar. That shit, whoo, I can't wait to get into that.
This ain't entertainment. It's 4 niggas on a slave ship. These songs just the spirituals I swam against them waves with. Ended up on shore to their amazement. Now I hope the example I set's not contagious. Lock us behind gates but can't tame us. Used to be stay safe, now stay dangerous. Cause ain't no point in playing defense, nigga. That's why I dove off the deep end, nigga, without a life jacket. Couple mil, tour the world, all my life cracking. Cook the books, bring it back so it's no taxes. Royalties, publishing, plus our own masters. I'd be damned if I slave for some white crackers. I was mapping this out, I hit the heights backwards. Hopping out the 85 and Reebok classics. Ran a couple marathons just to get established. To make it happen, you got to have dedication. Hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice, I'm done waiting. Told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication.
That track is ridiculous. That's something I will comment on. Track is ridiculous.
Got loaded bases with CeeLo Green, Million While You Young with The Dream. And then he still gave you, of course, the West Coast features that you needed. T-Fly's on this motherfucker. Dom Kennedy, Belly, you know what I'm saying? Buddy. That's some LA shit right there. And of course, the hit single that probably everybody knows if they fuck with Nipsey right now is Last Time I Checked, featuring YG.
Last time that I checked, yeah. I like how the video, like it's like separated in the blue and red, like Bloods and Crips, and then they like cross over and they're like, fuck this, we're about the money.
I think that's a larger theme of this whole album, and Dedication also definitely touches on that, where Nipsey Hussle is just like, yo, we're tearing our own community apart with this Blood and Crip shit. Like, we need to be the generation that puts this shit down and starts working together to get to the bag. I mean, it really shows with a lot of the gangster rap in today. Like, you take YG from the Blood side, and even Kendrick Lamar, like, the fact that, like, Nipsey Hussle went on an interview and said that Kendrick Lamar was getting flack from other people in Nicholson Gardens because that's where K-Dot's from, and that place is, like, heavily Blood. Super Blood. Like, there's definitely Crips in Compton, don't get me wrong. And, like, a good half of Compton's Crips. Like, actually, where the game grew up at, that's, like, mostly Crips. But Nicholson Gardens is, like, super Blood. K-Dot was, like, getting a little bit of heat and be like, wait, you want to trap with Nipsey? Like, you can't be doing that. And they finally sat down and was like, yo, we need to end this, because this is going to be a huge thing that we talk about with Black Panther too, is the realization that just colored communities together in general hold so much power in America, but the reason why they haven't been able to be as effective as the people up top for so long is because they've been separated, whether it's by their own bullshit or other institutionalized formats have like just gotten in the way of separating the people. But if you unite the people, then crazy things can come from that. And that's the biggest thing Nipsey Hussle was trying to preach on tracks like Dedication last time I checked.
From the snippets I heard off of World Star videos and things, I think he definitely has stepped up his lyrical content for this album. I don't know if it's just because of what's happening currently in society, like the state society's in, but he's definitely like pushing some hard bars. I'd say I'm like the most excited to listen to this album out of the ones that I haven't listened to yet all the way.
One quick bar that I want to like read out to the public about, just talking about Nipsey's lyricism is on Dedication itself. On this track, he says, "This ain't entertainment. It's for niggas on a slave ship. These songs just the spirituals I swam against the waves with. Ended up on shore to their amazement. I hope the example I set's not contagious."
Damn, there's a lot of depth in that right there. Like, he's always been about like advancing just like Black culture in general. And I think, at least from what I'm hearing from you, like this album is really that shining in him. Like, he's really pushing his message now, but not in a way where it's like you feel like it's a message. It's more in a way of it's like it's good music that has a message at the same time.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it, because I don't want to get away from the point that this is still a Nipsey Hussle project. It's not like he turned into this straight up like common conscious rapper or nothing like that. You still getting a fucking Nipsey project. And if you don't believe me, all you got to do is listen to tracks like Sucker Proof and Rap Niggas to see what I'm talking about. You listen to those two tracks and you're gonna know off the jump, off the rip, this is a Nipsey project.
I'm ready for it.
So yeah, now that we got Victory Lap out of the way, the third and final new album of this month that I wanted to talk about was the big one, Black Panther soundtrack by TDE.
Yo, can I just say this might be the best soundtrack of the year?
I can't see anything else topping the Black Panther soundtrack.
Me either. That's why I'm putting it out there, because K-Dot did his thing.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to drop a spoiler warning right now. If y'all haven't listened to the Black Panther album, go into our description and just skip this section. Before we even go into the album tracks itself, I definitely want to get your thoughts on how you thought the soundtrack tied in to the actual Black Panther movie itself.
The tracks in general, though, I think the way they thread the soundtrack through is really interesting, because every song that you hear in the soundtrack, it molds to each scene perfectly. One, they didn't put all the songs in the soundtrack onto the movie, obviously, because no movie does that. No quality movie does that, I should say. Some movies do. But the one that I think I can talk about the most is probably, I want to say, All the Stars.
Maybe the night that my tears might let me know. All the stars are close, all the stars are close, all the stars are close. Maybe the night that my tears might let me know. All the stars are closer, all the stars are closer, all the stars are closer. Tell me what you gonna do, tell me.
That's like such a punch at the end of the movie when you hear All the Stars. It's so, man, I don't know about you, but at the ending scene where basically the antagonist ends up saying his last words or whatever, or saying a big monologue, then it goes from that to the ending, like 5 minutes, and then it just plays All the Stars in the credits. And that is the best way to wrap up like the emotions and like pack everything together. Hearing Kendrick's like his hard but melodic bars, and then getting SZA behind it at the same time to like carry you through the emotions that you just went through watching the movie is perfect. It's like the greatest. It's like a second ending to the ending of the movie. It's kind of hard to explain without seeing the movie, but listening to All the Stars before watching the movie, you're like, okay, this is a good song. I fuck with it. I support this project. But then watching the movie and hearing all the stars in the movie, it's a totally different feel. Like we needed this. That's what All the Stars is for me in this movie.
Yeah, I think even to build on what you were saying about All the Stars, after seeing the movie, All of the Stars like stood out to me really, really deeply because I think to me it sounded like it was inspired by like the astral plane that's referred to in the movie, like when both T'Challa and Killmonger drink like the plant after it's crushed down, and then like they get buried and have to go see their ancestors. That area is called the astral plane, and if you think of like the song is called All the Stars Are Shining, so it's like your ancestors are looking down on you.
Yeah, man, if you just think about the way the movie ends and the message behind that song and the song itself is perfect.
Yeah, it's very optimistic because especially the way that the movie ends where T'Challa's at the United Nations and they're like, all right, so Wakanda's opening the nations up. And that white guy's just like, what can Wakanda offer the world? And then T'Challa has that smile like, y'all motherfuckers don't even know.
Yeah, that was definitely a time when I had a nigga moment.
Yeah, definitely. That's what makes it a good track. But I don't even think that's like one of the bigger tracks in the movie that stood out to me. First of all, I just want to talk about like the little hints that Kendrick Lamar placed lyrically, like throughout the whole soundtrack, where he would always say like, I am T'Challa or I am Killmonger. And I remember listening to that before I went in and watched the movie, and I was like, yo, why the fuck is Kendrick like saying this so much? It's so weird. And then I realized T'Challa and Killmonger are two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, man. It's like the first time ever in a movie that I don't want to say first time ever, the first time in a Marvel movie that the antagonist is like the bad guy or so-called bad guy is not a bad guy. Cookie cutter, like, this is a superhero, this is a bad guy, he's here to hurt people. This is the complete opposite.
Yeah, it definitely is. And to go back to the Kendrick Lamar references, I think the reasons why I am Killmonger and I am T'Challa stood out so much to me now that I go back and listen to it is because they're both sides of the same coin. That coin is like the black identity in America. Like if you look at it, if you look at yourself in a mirror, like parts of you are T'Challa and parts of you are Killmonger. But yeah, man, outside of Paramedic being an absolute slapper, some standout tracks that I fucking loved off of this were Ops featuring Vince Staples, The Ways with Khalid and Swilly. It's a feel-good track. I have to shout out Absol for actually giving us a classic Absol verse on Bloody Waters. That man's usually hit or miss, but this time he definitely hit, so I gotta give him shouts out on that. But anyways, to highlight my favorite track that I want to talk about here the most is Seasons.
Sanibona endlini tusavakatsha mindlala ifika malensizwa mina phuma lenzansi kwafeluba sizwa mina 35 thiwisindala lapha ngiphuma khona maphuma khona batha ufike la nyamangala mangila bebathi ngiyophelele moyeni go away.
If I had to point to one individual track to be like, hey, what's Black Panther about? I would point to Seasons immediately. First of all, I don't even understand what this motherfucker be saying in the beginning from Shava. But I felt it. But I felt it in the ethers of my soul. Yeah, this track proves the point that music transcends language. And people were like, I want something that's really authentically African. You can't get much more African than the beginning part of Seasons. And then Mosey and Reason coming in with like absolutely heavy, real bars. Like just understand. People want to understand what it feels like to be like oppressed. Like, just due to the color of your skin and what you have to, the mentality you have to not only just wake up and have the motivation to work every single day, and not only to survive, but to thrive. It comes through seasons, man. It's all about going through your highs and lows and still being confident in your own identity. Mozi's, like, specific bar where he says, used to tap in with all the teachers. They was teaching nothing, it's no secret. Whole lot of crime, little niggas beefing. We gotta keep it up or end up a victim. Trapped in a system, trafficking drugs. Modern day slavery, African thugs. We go to war for this African blood. We go to war for this African blood. This is the beauty about this album that I will say really quick. It has a variety. No matter what you're feeling, you're going to find a song on this album that you're going to want to listen to a lot. If you're feeling good, go ahead and throw on The Ways. Or go ahead and throw on Redemption. Or All of the Stars. Trying to hit the gym? or just do something aggressive that has a bunch of high energy, go ahead and put on Ops, put on King's Dead. Oh, definitely put on Paramedic. You better have Paramedic on repeat. And then if you just want TDE greatness, just all-time good rap music, you got X, you got Pray For Me, you got King's Dead, you got Big Shot. It's got everything you need.
The fact that Kendrick did have the script of the movie before him, I think definitely helped him get an idea and get a feel for like what he wanted to do with the album. But the way that it came out, I think is phenomenal. Just like based off of reading a script, and it's not only an album that you have to listen all the way through to get everything out of the album. Like you said with Seasons, like you can listen to one song, you can listen to just a small section of the album, like every song very independent.
Pass me some syrup for me in a car. La di da di da, mother, Jony Kenton, baby, murder. All right, yeah, I'm done here. So, Kenton.
Yeah, you took that far there.
So, Kenton, you said Black Panther was on your top 3 albums of this month. What were the other 2 albums that you had on there?
Culture 2. I would like to say that this album has delivered exactly what I wanted it to. Some of the notable tracks that I would mention, obviously Stir Fry is a single. CC is probably my favorite song off the album.
Bad bitch, no song. Give her that money, gon' blow some. She wanna rap till her pop some. She wanna trick, I'm not one. Pull up and hop on the baddie. She wanna text me to add it. They know we having it. Drawn to the face, close casket. The pot look greasy. Suck me up, she please me. Chanel like CC. Upgrade a bitch from BB. If she see money, she go get it. All of her friends, they go with her. She keep up them bands with no nigga. She keep up them bands with no nigga. Propose to show off my rollie and rolls. This goes, them hoes. We OC out of control. Fuck the folks in the border patrol. Coast Guard free, all of the bros. We the goats. Who wants some smokers? We
Interesting.
Yeah, the beat on CC is so hard. And I think for the last one, I don't know. I was gonna ask you about this. How do you feel about "Notice Me" with our friend Post Maloney?
I was like kind of Migos out by the time that I got to this point of the album. Just
That's
because
fair.
Just because the Migos have done so much in this past year and gave us like another album filled with stuff. By the time I got here, I was like meh. But if I was to talk about it as an individual track, it's pretty good. You know, I'm a fan of Post Malone, the artist. I like his music a lot. But it wasn't a standout track to me, but it was good. It was good.
Okay, I agree with that. I was asking because I know other people in the past have said like, yo, that Post Malone track though on the Migos album, that was fire. And I was like, it's all right. Like, it really wasn't that great.
I think it's just hyped up because Post Malone's like, white people finally have something that's like somewhat cultural for them. That's not that's not Justin Bieber. Like, I can understand why Post Malone's getting all this hype. Like, white people needed Post Malone.
Yeah, that's fair.
A question that I have for you is, since you currently live near Atlanta, how was listening to the Culture 2 in Atlanta like?
It wasn't Culture 1 level, but it was close. It's still a banger. I would say I think what happened is the Migos like oversaturated the market, and since they dropped the album, like I could have lived on Culture 1 until like November and been fine, like November of this year, but they dropped Culture 2, so obviously I'm gonna listen to it, but it just didn't hit people as hard as it would have if they would have waited a little bit. But they are continuously grinding, so it's cool.
Definitely. I think it's a testament to their work ethic. He said it really, really well. They definitely oversaturated the market with their music. And going back to what we were talking about with Man in the Woods versus this, I would take an artist prolonging the release of their album to make sure that it hits at the right time instead of constantly giving us what they need. Another great example of how it doesn't pan out, just like the Migos, is like how many people dog Drake. Like, Drake gave us like music every year for like 5 years straight. And by the end of that run, by the time we got to like views and more, like people were like, yo, this is the same Drake, this is trash. Like, he gave you 5 years worth of music, like, and all of it was actually pretty different. Like,
I agree. I was thinking of Drake as the example of what's happening with the Migos. So yeah, I definitely agree with that point.
2 really quick tracks that I want to shout out that are my 2 favorite songs off this album that you didn't mention.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
That are, regardless, like my 2 favorite tracks off of this album were Bad Bitches Only featuring 21.
Yep.
And then Autopilot, because that beat is fucking crazy.
That's what I said, man. The production on this album is fucking flame. And the stir fry beat by Pharrell, of course.
Crazy. I never heard anything like that before, bro. I never thought I'd be able to groove, like actually like groove to a track like Stir Fry before. The first time I heard it, I was like, I don't know how this is gonna do. I like it, but I don't know if this is like Migos level energy. And by the third time I heard it, I was like,
In the kitchen, bitch, cooking the stir fry.
cooking!
And the best part is it fits my man Takeoff's voice perfect.
And the music video was fire.
I definitely like the throwback like Rush Hour kind of feel like yeah. But off to my third album. So this one is a sleeper, I think, for most people. They probably haven't heard it, but if you don't know, there's a young man from Ireland who goes by the name of Reggie Snow. The man is phenomenal, and he dropped a project called Dear Annie, and I think that's something that people should listen to. I think it's quality music. He's got very little features on the album, actually. It's primarily just himself, and like a couple other smaller people, but just some big names, or bigger names to point out. Jesse Boykins III, great artist. Dana Williams, great artist. And my boy Amine, obviously a big deal. There's 20 songs. Each song's like an average, I think, of 3.5 or like 4 minutes or so. So you're not getting the Jaden Smith feel of listening to something for like 7 minutes and like fuck, like let's get to the next song kind of thing. Like some of the notable tracks, I would say, if I were introducing this artist and this album to people, I would say starting with Egyptian Lover featuring Amine and Dana Williams to kind of ease you in with people that you already know of.
Breakdance and boogie, my love. This is 1971. I crave that brain and that flesh. Cups of tea and gums that bleed red. Say you wrap the plastic in white. Say you single all of my life. Blackest skin disfigure my crimes. Credit cards and losing my mind. Piece by piece they stitch me. Ain't no love, I'm still banging out Whitney. I can't cry for those who ain't with me. I can't praise the Lord, please forgive me. Pink like pussy, extra pushy. Hands up off me, she's so lovely. Fame and fortune, all those habits. Pink and white, them panties matching.
I want you to stay forever. 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 The past, the past, the past, the past. Leave it in the past. The past, the past, the past, the past. Leave it in the past.
Ring ring, I'm tryna get my old thing back, but baby I always wanna bring up shit from the past.
And then you really get the feel of like Reggie Snow, his cadence, his tone, and his overall feel of like what he's going for in his music. I would say 23 is also a great track, especially if you're a smoker. If you like to, or if you just like to chill out, and relax a little bit, 23 is the track for you.
Yeah, man.
Featuring Caroline Smith. And also one of my favorite tracks on there would be Pink Lemonade. It's one of those tracks that's going to catch people off guard, and they're going to be like, oh, I got to pay attention to this guy. So Pink Lemonade, definitely my favorite track off of the album. Also, Egyptian Lover would probably be a close second. So yeah, man, check out Reggie Snow. That's REJJIE Snow. The album's called Dear Annie.
You word, yeah. I've never even heard of this guy. I'm definitely gonna check it out. Dang, man, I'm excited for this. This album sounds super interesting from what you've told me.
I've been a fan of Reggie Snow for like about 1.5 years now, but he's never released a full-on project that I've really paid attention to. But this album really drew me in personally, and it gave me the same kind of feel as the I'm Ugly album. So, I mean, you can do with that as you will. I know you're a big fan of that, but...
The I'm Ugly album is referring to I'm Ugly by Duckworth.
Yes. Sorry, I forgot to plug that.
All right, man. Cool. So now that we've wrapped up our 3 new albums from this month, we're going to just jump into 3 other albums that we have from rotation. So they can be from this month and a half, or it can just be from any time that we're currently listening to. I'll jump into my 3 other albums that I have in rotation right now. The first one is Affected by Kaz, Dreamville rapper, signed to J. Cole's label, Dreamville. And he's definitely one of the bigger artists on this for sure. Between like him and Boz, like they're up there with J. Cole. I love Dreamville as like a label, and Cause is just more evidence of them being good. Some standalone tracks that I would definitely tell people to check out would be, give me a moment. There's one track I want to specifically talk about a lot, but I want to get to the others too. So
Yo, my man got a track called Zendaya.
I was gonna get there, nigga.
With J. Cole?
Listen, man, I was gonna get there.
Yo, I gotta listen to this. Like, this sounds so hype.
Music is my soul and fuel. I guess it only saves a chosen few from going to school or selling dope. Crazy, back in school, I was bumping Cole daily. Now I'm writing rhymes in the notebook that Cole gave me. And bro, you so crazy, but all I can do is thank you. You threw your boy alive and shit, I ain't even say to, but fuck it, all that shit he say true. Cause you a dime, I'm sure you hear that every day, cool. So look, fuck being fine, cause I know you got a brain too. But shit, let me not get my plate full. You know your brain moves a little different when you having late food. So I'ma leave it up to fate to make these decisions and stick to my intentions. I did it for more of the passion, not the great checks. Knowing that it's more than fat asses and great sex. Trying to be the man I ain't yet, but demons stuck on me like ashes on gray sweats. Cause man, I ain't made shit and I'm lacking the patience. It's a battle to take in the fact that I ain't win yet. What am I saying? I can't complain when I travel and take trips. I look to God and I thank him. How else I make it this far?
Zendaya, which was a track where Kaz is pretty much shooting his shot at Zendaya. And lyrically, it's great because it's not the typical shoot your shot track. It's like Zendaya is such an amazing woman that she is the inspiration, like she is the vehicle for him becoming a more mature, grown, intellectual man. Like, because she exists and because Kaz is even having the audacity to pull up from 50, he's becoming a better man in the process. And that's what every good woman does to a man. And
that's real.
Yeah.
That's some real stuff.
Exactly, bro. Only Zendaya can bring that out of you. But to get back to Zendaya, man, I can totally relate to Kaz and his experience. And it's just a testament to womanhood and what a good woman can do to a man, even from a distance. Because I've noticed where I won't even like have to talk to this girl. I'm just like so inspired by some of the women that I'm around that I'll either have a crush on or just am good friends with. Like that, I am just so inspired by their demeanor and the way that they are that they make me indirectly a better person. They make me want to work harder. Like, I am inspired by them. And then, with that all being said, we didn't even get into the J. Cole feature and the fact that this track is produced by J. Cole. So, some notable tracks that I want to talk about would be Hustler's Story with Kendrick Lamar, of course, is in there. Proof is really good. Damn, it's honestly, this album's a very quality rap album now that I'm actually looking at every single one of the individual tracks.
Questions is one of my favorite tracks off of this album too.
If you're just like going through like the struggle in life and are just trying to grow more as a person, there are so many tracks that are going to resonate with you off of this album.
Damn. Yo, the fact that J. Cole even is giving this man the time of day says so much to me about what this album is going to be like. So I'm excited.
With that being said, I hope Kaz doesn't get with Zendaya because then that would ruin my chances of getting with Zendaya. So yes, I am that petty. You know, now that we've touched on Affected by Kaz, a great rap album, I want to move on to this next EP. Revan Lene is a neo-soul songstress who just dropped a great EP called Crush. A lot of the tracks were produced by the legend, Steve Lacy.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I actually came across this project.
It's good. It's a lot of good Steve Lacy production, and her vocals are just, like, so ethereal. Like, they're very floaty. I'll just highlight my favorite track off of this, and if you like the track, then you can go ahead and listen to the rest of the album. And that track is Closer, parentheses, OTU.
Don't scratch my heart, burning, I will sing for it, I stay away. Lost, got my mind turning, boy, I feel for it every day. Don't you know you're beautiful, the twinkle of my eye. Don't you know you're beautiful, you never make me cry. Why
Closer is a really good song. I like it a lot. It's very groovy. It shows off the melodic undertones of what Reverend Lene has to offer, but still sticks to a great sound, which is pretty much Steve Lacy production. So you're going to get a little bit of great guitar, funk, and you're also going to get, good R&B melody. If you like this track, then definitely go check out the rest of this EP called Crush.
Okay.
And then finally, me being from the continent of Asia, I had to give out a shout out to my peoples, you know what I'm saying? We always, of course, got to look out for each other. So this third album that I got in rotation is none other than the man from Indonesia himself, Rich Brian, with the project Amen. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, Amen is a good album. Amen is good.
It's from what I've seen so far, it's very serious. Like, he's taking things very serious, and I'm not used to that. So I haven't devoted any time to it yet.
It's a mix of him being serious, but then also having production that's similar to stuff that you would think would be off of Flower Boy by Tyler the Creator. It's a good mix of stuff. I think he definitely expanded his seriousness and made an authentic album, which I liked a lot because I think it's interesting talking about the Asian American experience because, being an Asian American myself, there's not a lot of us in pop culture in general, whether you're brown or Oriental. So to see people actually start to establish themselves like this at a young age, and it also shows that we can kind of create our own space within hip hop culture itself. But to go back to the Tyler the Creator stuff, that Flower Boy sound that I was talking about from before, the track with Joji on it. Yeah, Introvert. I like Introvert a lot. I think that is a great example of talking about that. But then there's also actual bangers on this, Attention with Offset.
Pull a meal, and a day ain't even have the goddamn bill on your pill. Every day I just be sipping chamomile, mass appeal. Everybody show up cause they know I'm here. Every week I be on the face, she think it's at a field. Up in my business, pull up in my bitch crib. I got people locked and loaded like they train for ISIS. Asking for forgiveness, I never said you have it. Pulling all these times do you really want attention? Photo shoot the second I go out. Catch me chilling with Offset and Lulu out. You gotta give.
Of course, speaking of which, Glow Like That is another track that also kind of reminded me of Flower Boy a little bit. It feels like you're in a dream. Introvert and Glow Like That are both like that. But then there are some other tracks that are just really, really good, like Cold, Amen, Attention. It's a good album. Yeah, I definitely would recommend taking a listen to it if you're a fan of rap in general.
Okay.
So yeah, those are my 3 other albums that I have in my rotation.
Nice. That's good stuff, man.
Thanks.
I'm excited to listen to this EP, honestly. It's only 5 songs, so I don't feel bad devoting time to it.
All right.
But yeah, my 3 other albums in rotation, just recently put into rotation too, because I've been pretty busy with work and stuff, so I really haven't just sat down and listened to music. The first one I'm gonna have to go with is Alien Boy, the EP by Oliver Tree.
Tried to tell you that I'm out here on my own. I told you I was out there. Tried to tell you that I'm out here on my own. I fell down to earth from 100 miles away, and somehow I still make it work. But it's overrated and somehow played out.
It's a bit different. It's I don't even know how to classify what kind of music. So they're classifying it as alternative indie. I think that's the best way to put it, because it's not really hip hop, but it's not rock. So I guess the alternative is in between those two. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't need to be put in a box, but it's a good quality EP of just something different for me. I listen to primarily hip hop and R&B, so I think it's nice to get outside of my box of other new albums in rotation. Gear Soul by Pell, which actually was released last year, but I found out about it this year. He just released a video for it, and so that's how I found out about the artist and found out about the album. The best song off the album is the single, I think, is Chirpin'.
I don't need much, but I want it all. Answer my phone when the money call. I'm chirping. I'm
chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping. Yeah. Need to get off of the internet, searching for something more intimate. I'm closing up all of the curtains and hiding way under the surface. I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping. Woo, bitch, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping. Woo, bitch, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping. Woo, bitch, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping. Woo, bitch, I'm chirping, I'm chirping, I'm chirping. I'm always been down to the asphalt, head in the clouds when I blast off, riding around bumping that Future, stealing your girl with my mask.
It's by Pell, who's a Chicago-based rapper. He's also got Saba featured on the album, if you like Saba. Good project. I think if you really like hip-hop and you just want to hear some, like, new, I don't know if new age is the appropriate word, but just new wave type music, then I think Girasol is a good album for you to dive into. And plus, it's only like 6 songs. It's like hardly even an album, but for the new generation, an album can be 6 songs. It doesn't have to be technically an EP. So
Who's Girasol by again?
it's by Pell, Pell.
Cool.
Yeah, Girasol. It's pretty cool. It's got some dope artwork too. And then I really don't like everything in me wants to shit on this album, but musically, I'm gonna go with Kyoto by your boy Tiger.
Yo, what?
Yo, yeah.
Wait a minute. We're talking about
Yes.
We are talking about the album with the Japanese flag in the background for the artwork and a girl tied up, ass up, face down.
Well, like let me let me elaborate a little bit here. So it's not just a girl tied up. It's actually a female/lioness creature of sorts that is tied up by her own tail, which is pointing towards her Uranus. The album cover is trash, but it's Tiger. What else can I expect?
This album cover is on some furry shit.
Yes, hardcore furry shit, and that's why I don't fuck with the album cover. But I do fuck with the songs, and that's not something I thought I would say, but I think Tyga's finally embraced his, like, I'm not a real rapper, and that's what this whole album is. And it's, like, great beats over catchy-ass Tyga hooks, and some, dare I say, mediocre to solid bars. So if you just need an album to pass the time with, maybe you listen to Kyoto. Maybe you like it. It's not really like hard hip-hop rap either. It's more like pop, hip-hop, R&B.
My man, I just pulled this up on Metacritic, and it's got a 20%.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly. Because, one, it's Tyga, so, instantly low rating.
All right, I'm gonna let you rock with this. I'll still check it out. I'll do my due diligence with it just because you said so. But I'm leaving this opinion on an island for right now. We'll come back to this on the next podcast.
Hey, man, when you cry, I cry.
But I never been insecure before. Right now, I'm out my mind. You break me down, you build me up. You take it all just to fill me up. And you do it like you like to hurt me. Is this what you need to feel better? Is this how you act when you know we're forever? Yeah, and you can come back whenever. Well, this the last time I'm gonna let you. Yeah, I know that's what I said to you last time, but you cry, I cry, we cry, yeah. We cry together.
We cry together.
Is that like a track off of this Tyga album? Did you just make a reference?
Yo, that's a fucking track. It's called You Cry. There's a video for it and everything.
Oh my god. Alright, yeah, I'm excited to troll this album now. Alright, word. I mean, it could be good. You know what? I shat on the Man of the Woods on our last one. That ended up being pretty good. I'll keep it open.
I do have... Okay, so good songs on there that I heard were Leather in the Rain was a good song. Yes. I don't like the Tyga verse on Sip a Little, but I like the Gucci Mane verse. So I'm going to put that on there.
I like the song for not Tyga.
Yes. But I do need to point out that the production on this album is really good. So although it's Tyga's, whatever he's doing, the production is quality. So you can't take away from that. Faithful with Tory Lanez is also a good track. And Holding On with 24 Hours because of 24 Hours Also of note, there is a song called Ja Rule and Ashanti, and I will leave it there.
Like the song is called Ja Rule and Ashanti?
The song is called Ja Rule and Ashanti.
I'm not gonna lie, out of all the recommendations you've given, this is the one I'm the most excited for.
Dude, yeah, just get ready.
Alright, so now that we've gotten the 3 other albums in rotation out of the way, we're gonna jump into our 3 favorite songs from this month. So it's not about albums or anything like that, it's just about standalone tracks that we really, really fucked with. Alright, so I'll start off with my 3 songs from this month. First one is After the Storm by Kali Uchis.
Whatever goes around eventually comes back to you. So you gotta be careful, baby, and look both ways before you cross my mind.
Did you ever wonder? Yeah, do you ever wonder what he might be going through on his own and the demons that he's facing alone? I hate that sometimes I can't go home and it just ain't the same on the phone, no. But everybody's gotta go.
Yes.
Oh my god, yes. Her featuring Tyler, the Creator, and the legend himself, Bootsy fucking Collins.
Phenomenal.
For those who don't know who Bootsy Collins is, outside of the whole like George Clinton like Funkadelic era, which by the way, if you don't even know what that era is from like the late 80s, early 90s, like
Culture yourself.
yeah, go culture yourself for sure. That was what a time in American history. But if you don't even mess with Funkadelic like that, Bootsy Collins is pretty much that weird guy in the intro and ending of Superbad the movie where it's like, oh yeah, baby. Super bad. That's Bootsy Collins. Just that random guy just being like, oh yeah, baby. He's just the definition of just the funk. So yeah, Bootsy Collins is in this bitch. Tyler, the Creator, coming in with more Flower Boy production because he's finally got his own lane and he can do that now and it's an absolute flex.
And Kali Uchis looking. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been trying to Facebook her since I seen her.
Just great overall track. A lot of bass, a lot of grooves. It's gonna be a good time and a better listen. My second track that I've been really liking to listen to from this month is I'm a Dog by Ugly God.
You say you love me, shorty, tell me why. Cause I'm a dog and I'ma probably be this way until I die. You say you always gonna be by my side. You say you trust me with your heart and I swear I just wonder why. Say I'm done with this, you tell me don't come. Shorty, I ain't tryna hurt you no more. But you say you love me, tell me why. Cause I'm a dog and I'ma probably be this way until I die.
First of all, let's, give credit to where credit is due. Ugly God dropped a serious song. With that being said, Ugly God, no matter what, still one of my favorite rappers. Booty Tape was fire. SoundCloud legend. And also his Instagram is hilarious.
Oh yeah. And his parody, or his meme accounts, fantastic.
Yeah, meme accounts are fire. But I'm a Dog is his first serious track ever, and it's pretty much the whole idea of being around a girl who loves you unconditionally and just like how torn you are internally as a man to get away with shit because of course you're gonna abuse that. Like the song is literally just him like going out to clubs, like being on the verge of fucking chicks or fucking chicks and then coming back and his girl's still loving him and he's just like, why are you doing this to me? Like, why are you torturing me by being so good to me?
Yeah, man, I deal with that very often.
I think all men do, and that's what makes this song in particular so great to me. And then my third track that I was listening to a lot from this past month and a half was Thug's Cry by Joey Badass.
Yeah. I just wanna be free, yeah. I just wanna be free, I just wanna be free, yeah. I just wanna be. Maybe I'm just like my brother, he's never satisfied. Why do we shoot up each other? This is what it sounds like when the thugs cry. When the thugs cry, yeah. When the thugs cry.
explain the pain. All I know is James. All I know is whips. And all I know is gang, gang, gang. Don't even know my name. In the place from which you came. Niggas love to talk, but niggas never change. Change faces on the news.
Oh, yeah. That's that new.
Great cover on the Prince track. Of course, rest in peace, the man himself. I shouldn't even say the man, just the being, the entity. Prince was more than a man.
Very true.
An amazing cover. Lyrically, I think it was super profound. And I think it just exemplifies the ability to be positive and to make like a really, really awesome track that's uplifting and really groovy. And also pays homage to Prince.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are my 3 songs from this month and a half. Kenton, I'm going to be honest with you. I left off one main song, and if you don't say it, I'm going to be shocked. I'll be bewildered.
Alright, I'm in God's plan.
She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry. 50 dub, I even got it tatted on me. 81, they'll bring the crashers to the party. Bad things, it's a lot of bad things that they
Thank you. Oh my god, thank you. Okay. Whew. I purposefully left this off to give you the assist, so.
Dude, yeah, how could you not? It's God's plan. Come on. But 40, quality production, of course. The song, Drake did it to me again, where the song is so like short that I have to keep playing it over and over again. And then I get to this point where I'm tired of it. And then I think, but the song's about to end. So then I play it again. It's just like, it's the man, he got me again. But yeah, great song. I really like it. I think it's one of the best singles that Drake has dropped in a while. Just like random single. Like, boom, there's something for you. So I'm going to be listening to that probably for the rest of the year. I'm not going to lie. My next song is Bounce With That by YBN Amir.
Lately been on that fucking nigga shit. Take a nigga bitch and then I pass her to the click. I say, see me, I don't got no time for no bitch. I just get them for the bros, I'm just worried about them chips. I'm a shot call, little nigga, I'ma stay wild. Hot nigga, I belong in a dog pound. Shot call, little nigga, I'ma stay wild. Hot nigga, I belong in a dog pound. Fuck a bitch and then I put it in a bitch throat. Never give a bitch your phone, that's a no-no. Off tops, new chain in my wrist roll. Loaded up, still bouncing with that fofo.
If you haven't heard that song, it's like a Bay Area slapper, although he's from Texas, which is odd, but the song is definitely a hitter. Like, shit slaps. And it's got PNB Rock in the video, just randomly like gooning out. And then my last song would be Mr. Mechanic by 2C.
Call me Mr. Mechanic. Let me work your transmission, yeah. Let me turn your engine, baby. I wanna rev you up. I wanna rev you up. Oh, watch my baby go. Oh, pedal to the floor. Oh, watch my baby go. I wanna rev you up. Mr. Mechanic, let me fix you up. When I get
Y'all never gonna guess who's on there. Y'all never gonna guess who's on there because it's too new. It's too fresh. Y'all not about this life. Y'all not out here in these music streets. Akon.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Actually?
Yeah. New Akon track alert. Here we go. But yeah, man, those are my top 3.
Nice. So now that we got that out the way, we're going to move into just our 3 other songs that we just want to shout out. Like we said with the album category, it doesn't have to be from this month and a half. It's just 3 other songs that you probably haven't heard or just deserves to get some fucking clout on this podcast. So my 3 other songs that I want to shout out are Glide by Hoodboy.
They go by, take time but can't take nothing out for me. I glide. You know I watch that sun kiss glisten, I don't fall in. I glide. Don't look, don't sit, don't touch, and don't look, and don't sit, don't touch, and don't look, and don't sit, don't touch, don't look, and don't sit, don't touch. Trust somebody is a motto, and nobody pushing a lone wolf, not to follow. Had to get out of the sink and shook you as hoppers. Told me to leave me behind and top you with shuttleless. Shut up and run it, bitch. Sit on my elevator to conquer it. Self-made, gliding, no sweat. Hide, no tears, I don't hold back. Contest if you can, better fall back. Cause I was a wallflower, and I died for the whole downs. And you saw I was different, had a nap from the whole town. So I blossomed in the pick it up, be finding my own.
Okay.
Hoodboy, already a great producer. I wouldn't consider him EDM, just more electronic. I think it's tough to describe the production in one specific genre of electronic music, but it's just really great. The vocals on the track is also really good too. I think it stands out a lot. Then my second track is the new Cosmos Midnight track, which is called Get to Know.
Yo, there's a new track out. Yo, this is a big deal. Yo.
No worries, Kenton, because you're about to get to know. Get to know.
Hesitate. I wanna put it on a plate. Something about your body, baby. You could be my everything.
I could wait a decade or two for you. I had 2 plans and they don't go through. One hand and they never came true. And we can go to France and I can't ask you.
What's the deal, though?
And I can't make you stand by me, but I can see a timeline whereby we.
Dude, fuck out of here, bro. Come on.
Take that shitty pun to the fucking face. Somewhere there's a white guy in an Argyle sweater mowing his lawn, and he just shed a tear to this.
Some poor brown boy just made a great pun.
Alright, so my third track that I wanted to shout out here was new Tom Misch called Water Baby.
I was born a water baby, swimming with these times, the grooves that turn the gray to sunshine. 'Cause I would live through days that break me, swimming with these times, the grooves that turn the gray to sunshine.
I'm still trying to write the story as I see it. The trouble is when I say it, they don't believe it. They reckon I only say it, but I don't mean it. I'm trying to tell them I only say it if I can feel it. Cause money's tight, maybe tighter than it was before. I'm helping out on a mortgage I really can't afford. Family breaking north, I cover the trips abroad. Shaking, I'm making another loss on another tour. But what I done it for? To see my mother in the sun abroad. I run in the trouble that was coming for. My little brother got the hunger for. All the exact same pain that makes the rain in my stomach pour. So let me paint it broader. This for any dude who's got a daughter, living off lines like your papa taught her. Ain't got no time to be coming for you. Go with the flow with this, run the water. Go with the flow with this. Go with the flow with this.
Okay.
If you're not familiar with Tom Misch, this dude, like, what can't he do? Makes great beats, phenomenal guitarist, great singer. If you haven't heard of Tom Misch before, go check out his previous works. Phenomenal artist. If you can see him live, go do that. I have nothing but praise to say for this artist. Yeah, so those are my 3 other songs that I needed to shout out.
Okay, I see what you're doing there. I see the moves you're making. My 3 other songs that deserve a shout out alert are, so the song is called Midsummer's Drift, Smooth Breeze Cut. It's by Bay Area. spicy kind of music that you would think of when you hear like a band name called Bay Area. Like this is some smooth hip hop jazz kind of shit, and I think it's not popular right now. For those who are the working people who like to listen to music as they work or just want something to chill out to and just vibe, I think listening to Midsummer's Drift, The Smooth Breeze Cut by Bay Area is a phenomenal choice. Other tracks that I have in my rotation, Two in My Ride featuring Cody Shane.
Are you into me? Feel your energy, I can feel your energy. Pretend to be, you pretend to be. If you're not into me, I only can fit two in my ride. So it's only me and you up inside. Are you into me? Feel your energy, I can feel your energy. Pretend to be, don't pretend to be. If you're not into me, I only can fit two in my ride. So it's only me and you up inside. Like to chop the roof when we ride. My windows is tinted peekaboo when we ride. I just wanna feel your vibe.
If you haven't heard of Cody Shane, she's a young talent out of Atlanta, and she was first seen dropping some hot bars with Lil Yachty, but now she's doing her own little like independent thing. And Two of My Ride is a great track. It was actually featured on the new Step Up TV series High Water. But yeah, Two in My Ride featuring Cody Shane. Definitely should check that out. And then my third song, I think this song came out last week, maybe. It hasn't been out that long. But Marvelous Day by Cap G featuring Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah, nigga Kevin that way. Used to be broke every day. Watch when I pull out that red. A lot of niggas they gon' hate. Better stay out of the way. That put you down in the grave. My water ain't come out of the lake. Yeah, nigga fly the face.
I had a marvelous day. Ain't no baby bottle today. Took a model and went on a date. Put a dick all in the face. I'ma give me a piece of that cake. I'ma fly to Dubai on a plane. I'ma take my little bitch out of Spain. I'ma cover her body with same.
You say you a shooter, you ain't. I ride around with that thing. John Wick with the aim. I'm drinking drink for the pain. I'm with Gunna and he rolling. Uzi got on Rick Owens. All the gas like I grow.
And Gunna, yeah, I don't know why this guy named himself Gunna. It's just a stupid name. That's a terrible name. But the song is fantastic. But yeah, Marvelous Day.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, those are my three other songs.
Those were pretty much all the songs that we have. So now we're just going to get into our wrap-up section where we talk about projects that we're looking forward to and any other music news we got coming down the pipeline that we're pretty hyped about. So for me, Snoop Dogg is dropping a church album? You hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about it, but I don't know if it's actually going to come to fruition, one, and I don't know if it's going to be a real...
Oh, it's coming out.
Good quality thing. I don't know.
Dude, it's coming out March the 16th. This thing is dropping, and I've heard one of the singles. It's a good track, and it's weird for me to say that.
Wait, what?
It's not because of the Snoop Dogg. Let me be very clear about this. It's because the track features B Slade.
Oh, featuring B Slade?
Dude, B Slade kills this. I'd never heard of B Slade before in my life, and then I listened to this, and I was like, I gotta go check out more B Slade.
Also, he did an 8-song album called 220, if you didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, that just dropped. I need to listen to that when I get the chance, but...
It's got Lunch Money Lewis on it. Lunch Money Lewis is he's a great storyteller, so I'm interested.
So yeah, outside of the Bible of Love coming out, two other things that I want to talk about really quickly is, first of all, quick shout out, Higher Brothers, dropping a new EP next week, Type 3.
True.
Journey West was already fire. Looking forward to that. They're definitely Asia's Migos.
Oh, definitely.
A song that I want to highlight off of that just came out like recently was called Trickery. And my nigga Majin Buu went Michael Jackson. And also, he's got the coldest Louis Vuitton Supreme collab button-down shirt on that I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, they're always wearing the freshest. Yo, shouts out to Chengdu. Shouts out to Chengdu.
And then now that we got that shout out the way, the big one that I wanted to talk about. I don't know if you heard about this because it just dropped today, but Janelle Monáe dropped a track that sounded a lot like Prince, and she came out as bisexual.
Oh yeah, what's the name of that? There was like Django Jane and what was the other song?
The song was called, I think, Make Me Feel is what it's called. Or it might be called Dirty Computer. It's one of those two. Let me look this up.
It's Make Me Feel.
Yeah. So the song is called Make Me Feel. And
where did you get Dirty Computer from?
Oh, that's the name of the album.
Yo, that's great. That's fantastic.
That's so fun. Yeah, but anyways, man, it sounded a lot like a Prince track, which was cool. But most importantly, She's dating Tessa Thompson.
Oh, for sure.
My
Yo,
brain.
Tessa Thompson's so fucking sexy. If you haven't seen Thor yet, go see it because she's fucking sexy.
I got so many questions. Let me contain myself for a quick moment. Look at how perfect they are, man. Look at this.
And she's black. You know, being gay in non-white communities is
like a huge no.
Yeah, it's just not okay.
That's why this is such a big deal. Like I really am just like so happy this exists and jealous, but mostly happy.
I'm gonna need a sex tape.
We definitely need this sex tape, especially after that Black China shit. This is what the people needs.
Man, that shit was whack as fuck, bro. I was like, really, nigga. And then the bad part was like when I saw her, like when I see her in the tabloids, I was like, oh, okay, she kind of got she got something going for her. But then I just seeing her naked was like, you're disgusting. Like, who are you?
Yeah, you
could have been so much more, and you chose this. This is what you chose.
That's like the one thing you're supposed to be good at. You're telling me this woman chose to look like this and chose to pursue this type of life and then sucks dick like that? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you?
That was trash, bro. That was trash.
Get your shit together.
Yo, the whole time I was just thinking, damn, Black Rob fucked China just to help him with the weight. Like the whole time, that's what was going through my head. And I was like, man, that was really not helping him with the weight. Damn.
And with that being said, man, got another one of these great podcasts in the books. Thanks for listening, y'all. Hope to catch y'all on the next one. This has been Jony and Kenton. We're out.
Hope y'all have a blessed week.